back to the Daily Grind. Thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back pickle biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
Holy flying flipping flapjacks. The UFC's current female featherweight champion Cris Cyborg gives zero fucks and has even less chill. Oh my lord, she took to Twitter and she tagged immigration on Megan Anderson, and she's, going at it with Amanda Nunes' fiance or girlfriend or, her significant other on Twitter. Pretty much saying, keep that same energy. You guys were begging for this fight. Now I agreed. What's going on? So let's get into all of that, but first I've got to say shout out to Stephen C for the $45 donation toward the quality broadcasting computer. Much appreciated, good sir. That helps a lot. Hey, I don't even know what else to say except for thank you very much. You are a god amongst men. Now with that being said, let's get into this Cris Cyborg shenanigans. This is going to be fun. You guys see my little fucking immigration badge right here. This should be more on her, like right on her chest right here, but since it's not a football, okay, you get the point. Cris Cyborg is not fucking around, bro. There's so many tweets in this exchange, and I had to show you guys all of them, so we're gonna have to go to the internet, go over here yonder for this video. Yeah, you guys see the Luke Thomas live chat. Now where are we at? Here's the Cris Cyborg exchange. Alright, this is walk with me. This is where we started. Cris Cyborg sparred with her rivals Megan Anderson and Amanda Nunes' significant other on Twitter. Now, this all stems from Cris Cyborg. Her most recent performance, she defended her title versus Holly Holm, and after that, people are saying, what's next for Cris Cyborg? Is it Amanda Nunes, the bantamweight champion? Would it be a champion versus champion super fight? Amanda Nunes is one of the only chicks calling out Cris Cyborg and asking for the fight. Well, Cris Cyborg said, no, I want a legitimate featherweight fighter, somebody that has fights at 145 pounds in the last year, so we can start building the UFC's featherweight division. And it's, and she also said, gave multiple other reasons. That wasn't the only other reason, but that was her best reason. She also said Amanda Nunes isn't a draw and other reasons. But Cris Cyborg has actually agreed to fight Amanda Nunes. She changed her tune. Originally, she was saying, hey, I'd rather fight Megan Anderson or any other legitimate featherweight. But now Cris Cyborg has changed her tune, and she agreed to fight Amanda Nunes at UFC 226 in Las Vegas. Now, a lot of us expected this fight to be in Brazil, but Cris Cyborg saying, hey, we can do it. International Fight Week, Las Vegas, UFC 226. I've agreed. Now it's your turn to sign. We thought the fight, that means the fight's happening because Amanda Nunes was wanting all the smoke before Cris Cyborg took the fight. Amanda Nunes was like, yeah, when her coach was coming out, 100% that's the next fight. Amanda Nunes, nothing against Cyborg, I just want all the smoke. Nothing against Cyborg, I just want to test myself. Amanda Nunes and her coach were coming out, and we knew they were down. But now Cris Cyborg has agreed, and Amanda Nunes' significant other is like, yo, I know that you agreed to fight, but we ain't got no paperwork, and it's like, whoa. So with that being said, Cris Cyborg is also setting up potentially a backup fight. Like, hey, if they ain't keeping the same energy, if they don't want to fight me like they were barking and saying, well, Megan Anderson, how about you? You've also said, suggested a fight me. UFC 226 should be plenty of time for you to deal with your personal issues and, come face Cyborg like you've been telling everybody you wanted to do. And now this is where it's getting crazy because they were trying to play Cris Cyborg originally like she didn't want to fight Nunes and, blah, blah, blah. Cris Cyborg was starting to take a bad rap. Now that she's agreed to a fight Amanda Nunes, we're seeing the normal Cyborg, what happens when somebody agrees to fight Cyborg. Everybody says, yeah, I'll fight Cyborg, I want to fight Cyborg, until Cyborg's like, okay, I choose you, and then it's like, oh yeah, but the weight cut, or oh yeah, but I'm not ready at this date, or oh yeah, but my visa, so a lot of people won't talk up a big game about fighting Cyborg, but now that Cris Cyborg's agreed, it's looking like there's going to be more complications than we thought, because we thought Amanda Nunes Cyborg was a done deal as much as Team Nunes was asking for the fight. Now Cris Cyborg has agreed, so let's go into these tweets. Cris Cyborg, this was her original tweet. She said, I've agreed with my management to fight Amanda Nunes, UFC 226, July 7th in Las Vegas. During International Fight Week, I will let her finalize her side of the bout now. That's when we all assumed that the fight was happening. Cris Cyborg was the only side we were waiting on. Amanda Nunes wanted the fight, so we thought the fight's happening. And now Nina Ansaroff, who is Amanda Nunes' either fiance or girlfriend, whatever, she's responding to Cyborg like, yo, we don't know what's going on. So this is what Nina Ansaroff had to say. She said this is fake news whenever Cris Cyborg asked, are we still good, Amanda Nunes? And so her girlfriend was like, that's fake news. She's like, Cris Cyborg says, what are you talking about fake news? I'm not going to fucking go tweet by tweet. That just sounds retarded. Oh, he said, then she said. I'm just going to tell you guys what the conversation is saying, and you can read them if you want. But she's saying, what are you talking about fake news? She's been begging for the fight. Nina Ansaroff is saying, yeah, but we haven't signed the contract. We don't have a time or a date. She did say she would fight you anywhere, but we didn't say, like, we don't have a contract yet, so it's not on paper. So Cris Cyborg is saying, I know English is my second language, but here's exactly what you said. She got the quote. She said, I think it would be awesome, said Nunes. I would be ready in Brazil, in Vegas, whatever country. Let's 100% make this happen. Cris Cyborg is bringing up the motherfucking screenshots. Like, yo, I got screenshots where you said you'll fight me anywhere. Why are you coming out? You know, this is kind of like Wonder Boy's dad situation a little bit, where Darren Till and Wonder Boy looked like they might have agreed to fight, or Dana White announced it. But then Wonder Boy's dad or his team came out and was like, no, Wonder Boy ain't fighting Darren Till right now. What the fuck? And, you know, Cris Cyborg, the same situation. Amanda Nunes and her coach were like, yo, we'll fight Cyborg. Let's fight Cyborg. Now Cyborg's like, okay, I'll fight you. And her girlfriend's coming out like, whoa, not yet though. So this is very interesting. It's looking like Amanda Nunes' side is... things are getting a little shaky, but you have to keep in mind this is Amanda Nunes' girlfriend. This is not actually Amanda Nunes backing off of the fight. I still think the fight's going to happen, but it's just interesting that one of the closest people to Amanda Nunes is saying, you know, kind of backing off the fight a little bit. But now, Cris Cyborg went on to one of the best parts of the video. She started, you know, setting up a backup fight. Like, okay, I see Amanda Nunes' girlfriend is like calling this fight fake news and all this other shit. So just in case they're not ready, what about Megan Anderson? Fucking Cris Cyborg, oh my god, Cris Cyborg this is where she turned into the immigration officer. She started going at it with Megan Anderson on Twitter, and this is what she said. She said, get your facts straight, please, people, and I'll be fighting soon. Cris Cyborg said, I was told by the UFC you would be fighting me, would not be fighting me anytime soon. So is that a lie? And now this is interesting. You have to take into consideration the Megan Anderson backstory, and I know this video has been going on a little while, but this shit is all pretty crazy. So you have to take into consideration the Megan Anderson backstory here, where she's agreed to fight Cris Cyborg in the past. The fight didn't come to fruition. Cyborg's waited. This fight's been announced. This fight's been announced the second time, and it's never happened. And so Cris Cyborg's saying, the UFC's telling me the fight's not happening. What are you talking about? You're going to be ready to fight soon. Cris Cyborg wanted to fight Megan Anderson. She would rather fight Megan Anderson than the champion versus champion super fight. But Megan Anderson, the UFC is telling her Megan Anderson can't fight. Well, here Megan Anderson is on Twitter saying, yeah, I'll be fighting soon. And Cris Cyborg's like, yeah, fucking right. She's trolling her shit. Like, you know, Megan Anderson's replying to her fans like, you know, I'm going to be fighting soon. Just, you know, giving her fans an update. Cris Cyborg, here comes Cris Cyborg on the motherfucking mentions. No, you ain't. That shit's crazy. But this is where it gets even crazier, bro. She tagged the UFC matchmakers. When will Megan Anderson be ready to fight? And Megan Anderson said, well, since you're fighting Nunes, but I return in a few months, I want to fight. And now this is crazy because Megan Anderson, she said she wanted to fight Cyborg after home, and now the fight's not happening. Now you're going to say you want to fight Cyborg after Nunes, and then what if something happens? And then if Nunes fights fucking Cindy Dandois, oh yeah, but I'll fight her after Cindy Dandois. It's almost like Megan Anderson is keeping her name relevant off of Cyborg right now, because until she gets in that octagon, I don't want to hear about her wanting to fight Cyborg, because I just don't believe it. But anyways, Cris Cyborg, they went back and forth a little bit until Cris Cyborg ended up tagging immigration, bro. Cris Cyborg said, didn't you just marry an American so you can get a citizenship? Didn't you just, you know, she's saying that she got married out of convenience. She's accusing her of, like, fucking having anchor babies and shit. Okay, she's not accusing her of that, but essentially she's saying, didn't you just get married for your citizenship? And she tagged immigration. Oh my god, Cris Cyborg gives no fuck. She's got zero chill. Cris Cyborg, the motherfucking GOAT. I cannot believe it. Look with the crickets. Look, if I don't fight Amanda Nunes, are you ready? Oh, crickets. Cris Cyborg ain't fucking around. Megan Anderson said Ray. She said that this isn't Cyborg. This is her boyfriend. Oh my god, I gotta admit, I love who is ever on Cris Cyborg's Twitter. Brendan Schaub did say that it was Cris Cyborg's boyfriend, and he doesn't like the fact that he's doing all of this shit. But this is 100% gold coming from Cris Cyborg's Twitter, bro. She said, okay, but what if I don't fight her? Crickets. God damn, not the crickets, bro. And then she comes down here and says, I don't think asking when you will be able to fight is unprofessional. My manager has been told you're not back by July. Is that false? Are you ready to fight? She wants straight word of mouth. Hey, they're saying you can't fight till July. Can you? Or is it cricket? And she said, I don't know where you're getting that information from. She said, here's the immigration part. You want to talk business, Megan? I didn't come to the USA on a tourist visa to work illegally and then have personal issues so I could marry and stay in America. U.S. Immigration Services Act. Oh my god. With that being said, it is what it is. This video went long enough, but Cris, oh my lord, look at this even farther. She said, look, I immigrated. She said, I'm a citizen. What the hell? Build the wall? That is crazy. Cris Cyborg gives no fucks. With that being said, it is what it is, man. Team fucking Cyborg. I'm Team Cyborg unless it's Cyborg versus Nunes, and then I'm just going to start trolling everybody, and fucking I'm going to be one of the only people repping Team Lioness, Team Nunes. But until we got Cyborg versus Nunes, I'm fucking Team Cyborg, Cyborg Nation. I got Cyborg over everybody except Amanda Nunes. And I know that's going to piss you off, but I really don't care. So with that being said, it is what it is. Let the full time family know what the fuck you talking about in the comments. I'm out.
Bye, Felicia.